Roy loves Ted. He doesn't like admitting it. Doesn't like feeling it.
First of all, so exciting. Roy is a coach. Was that something you guys knew you wanted to do going into season 2, or how did that come about?
Yeah, it was always the plan. I think it was more the discussion was kind of how long we could hold it off, like how long we could keep Roy away from Richmond without it being an issue.
Right. The other thing that's incredible about this episode is that it's like the story is told as a sort of rom-com tribute episode. Were those two ideas always merged? Like when Roy becomes a coach, it's going to be like a romantic comedy?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, there's so many there's so many kind of will they won't they love stories in the show. I think everyone, Ted and Beard are a rom-com. Keely and Roy are a rom-com. Roy and Jamie are a rom-com. Rebecca and Keely are a rom-com. Higgins and Rebecca. And then in the case of this episode, it's Roy and Ted who have always been kind of opposites who Roy loves Ted. He doesn't like admitting it. Doesn't like feeling it. But damn it, he does. And but it's also Roy in football. It's that love story. It's like you can't pretend anymore.
And so, I mean, the idea of him running to his true love after walking out, like, was that something, like, when you conceived this idea, this episode, was that kind of always the idea that, like, he would have his big rom-com moment?
Yeah, if you're doing a rom-com, you have to have the run into the airport, right? And then it's just how difficult you can make it and hurting Roy's knee and just put as many obstacles in the way as you can. Walking out on that field when we finally got there, because I think we filmed that basically in order, and it was days and days of filming the stuff and trying to get there and limping and all of that. So when I did finally step out and there was the crowd chanting, and oh man, it was really great.
That amazing moment earlier in the episode when Ted's trying to convince Roy to come be a coach, and he's using all these classic rom-com lines, like when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with someone, or the rest of your life coaching someone, you want that to start right away. Like, how many takes did that take to get through that scene?
Oh, yeah, but I mean, the more you bring it up, the more I realize what a terrible, unprofessional actor I am, because,
that wasn't my goal.
I laugh quite a lot. And particularly, and when we got to the very end, when Roy gets there and says, "You had me at coach," that is, I mean, that took a few, because there's a long walk to get to that, and in the build-up, and they're waiting, they're watching, and they know, can he deliver this without laughing? It's, God, I'm really unprofessional.
Hello, Coach. Really glad you decided.
Shut up. Just shut up. You had me at coach.
And of course, the Rolling Stones song Rainbow is very key, or She's a Rainbow is very key to this episode soundtrack. Was that always the song? And,
I think it was,
if so, why?
I think because it's special to the writer and to Jason. It's the music. Like, there's loads of really great music in Ted Lasso, but it always comes from a place of it meaning something to the person from their life, or I probably can't say why that song means that to that person, but it's always coming from a real life thing.
And that's another, like, incredible detail earlier in the season. You hear that it's Higgins' ringtone for his wife. Mm-hmm. And then it comes back. And even if it had just been that joke, like, oh, that's so sweet, I get that, and I love that it comes back.
That's nice. I'm glad you notice all this stuff. It's really great.
You're a big movie buff. You have your podcast movies to be varied with. What's your all-time favorite romantic comedy?
Well, it's When Harry Met Sally, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
You can't top it. You can try. There's no topping that one.
It is a really good one. I mean, I would say Pretty Woman, but I would also hate myself for saying Pretty Woman.
And I would say, sure, okay.
And finally, I know you can't tease too much, but what can we expect from Roy, the coach?
Well, I think he's going to have a very different style of coaching to Ted. I think we can expect his particular brand of coaching will not be the same as Ted's. I don't think you'll be getting lots of nice words of wisdom and stories from Roy.